Hi, how's everybody today? I'm glad to see y'all today. This is Sunday, August the 6th, maybe. I just looked at it too. Um, Sunday again, and I know I had this shirt on last week, so you're not looking at one right after the other like last Sunday. And it has been cleaned. It's just that I like this. It's comfortable, so I put it on again. Hope y'all are doing well today. We are back in, not back in, we haven't really been out of the rain or the gloomy weather, but we have had a little sunshine a little bit lately, but today we do not. And we are in the tropical season, getting into the really heart of it. So some of our rain and wind and bad weather has been coming off the Gulf. There's a couple of disturbances out there, and Florida's already had one little hit. So we're just watching everything and trying to watch where it goes, what it's going to do, and be prepared. I've had my hurricane food in the pantry for a while. Earlier this summer, I went ahead and did that. I still have to get stock up on some last minute things, but it'll be okay whichever it is. We've been through a lot of them, so we know what we're supposed to do, and we'll do it. And if we don't, we'll just get through it. Not much you can do about them. We don't have to worry from the water coming in off the Gulf, to being flooded, or that we have to evacuate, because we're so far enough inland, and we don't have any big water things around us. We don't live on a bayou or the river or anything like that, so and our ground is a little bit sandy and it's a little bit higher, so we don't have to worry about that. But the thing that does concern us is tornadoes that come off the hurricane, and we get if they're anywhere nearby, we get pretty full force of it too. So we lived here, we were building our house when Camille hit, and we're a little ways away from that too, but we still felt it, and it did a little bit of damage to our house under construction. And I was expecting our youngest daughter in just a few weeks from that time. So my husband's aunt had built her house just down the road from us, and she was in the service at the time, but she had her house built in anticipation of her retirement and coming home. And so we went over there and piled up in her hall. Our other children were 7, 8, and 9 at the time, and we put mattresses, and we took blankets and stuff, and so we just piled up over there until it was over, and her house stood well, and it has every time since then. But that was the night she turned, so that was kind of exciting. I was just glad she didn't go into labor, because she was our 8th pregnancy. We lost 4 between the youngest 3 and her, and I had problems carrying too far, so to carry one that far, I was really happy. She still came a little early, and she only weighed 6 pounds, but she was fine. So anyway, we're expecting something else, and we're just not expecting, but we're looking out, and we hope we don't, but we don't want anybody else to get it either. So, somebody's got to have it. They are bad, though. They're not much fun to go through, and I know a lot of y'all know that already. I have a few things I wanted to show this morning, or today, this afternoon, and I thought I'd go ahead and do it today and, just see where I get to. I did I showed you the clothesline, and I found a couple more that I've done that are clothesline too, and I thought, well, I'll show those too. And this is one of them, and I really am sorry every time that I don't have the information, but this is from a whole line of related subjects that were done like this back, I don't know if they were 80s. I know they were 80s. I didn't mean that. I meant, I'm not sure exactly when in the 80s they were, but there's all kinds of scenes from a farm, and I just loved them. So I did the whole bunch of them in individual ones, and they're all different sizes, but I thought this was real cute. I have used I can't think of the name of it. I thought I'd never forget the name of that thing. At one point in time, well, several times, I had to wash diapers and clothes in the bathtub, and I used one of those scrub brush, or no, not scrub brush. Oh, you know what it is. I know y'all are out there trying to tell me too, because I do that when people can't remember things. Anyway, I use that also when I didn't have a machine, or couldn't go to one. When I stayed with my mother-in-law, when my husband was overseas the first time by himself, she had a wringer washer that we put in the kitchen, and filled it up and hooked it up and everything, and I really liked that. I really liked that washing machine. It wasn't all that difficult or time consuming. I mean, you had to stay there with it and all, but it really did a good job. You got everything done and hung out, and I thought it was pretty neat. We used that for a long time. I think I told y'all once, maybe I did, I'm not sure, but when we built our house, we were able to move in June of 70, and we had been building on it for 2 years anyway, because we were doing most of it ourselves, or he had a cousin that did this or did that, so they helped each other like that. And our boys helped Pop with things too. But when we finally got in our house, was the first time I had air conditioning, central air, central heat, washer, dryer. I told you that last time, I think. I showed you. Well, here's the other clothesline picture. If I come back a little bit. I like this one too, because I like to do a lot of things in just one color. And this is a dark blue. But I thought this was so neat, fun to do. I like the frame on it too. And this is fiddler's cloth. And all these times now since I've started doing videos, I've been looking through all my books and all my charts and everywhere I can find some, because I've had them stuffed and hidden in different places. And I have not found this chart and can't tell you where it's from or who did it, and the same with the other clothesline. So if I ever run across that, I will tell you. Did you see I thought the frame on this was real pretty, and I think, and I had them redone after several years, and I think I got the same type frame for all of them, because they're usually, at least part of them are hung in the breakfast room most of the time. Now I was going to tell you a cute little story too about the clothesline. I thought about this after I got off last week, but anyway, when there was a period of time when I would hang out clothes, carry the basket out there and everything, put it down, and I'd be reaching down, picking up clothes, hanging them up, and I had multiple lines, and so I'd reach down, pick it up, hang it up. Well, I kept hearing this noise, and it was every time I'd reach down to pick up clothes, and I'd hear this noise. Well, the noise, of course, sounded like a snake, and I knew it was probably a snake, and I just wanted to know where it was, because I didn't want it to surprise me. So every time I'd raise up and hang out clothes, I kept looking for it out there, and the noise would stop, of course. Well, that went on and on and on. Turned out to be a pretty large, just plain old black snake. He wasn't poisonous or anything, but it doesn't matter with them. They all scare me, especially if they creep up on me. But raised up one time, and it stopped, and I got a look at him, and he was out there probably about 60 feet away, out towards the barn, between where I was and the barn. And all of a sudden, I saw him, and he just came up off the ground, like that, and his head, and he was just looking at me. And he was just watching me. They are so curious. And he was looking at me, and he'd do that until I'd bend down to pick up another piece of clothes, and then he'd crawl off a little bit so you can hear him crawling, and then as soon as you stood up, he'd go, can't you just see that little cartoony face of a snake up there? Hi! That was kind of funny. There was all kinds of funny stories with the animals, and I did not like snakes and still don't like snakes. Don't want them around, but they're going to be here. This is their place, I guess. But anyway, that was cute. I thought it was cute anyway. Here is the camellia I was telling you about also. I really like this, always have, and I like the frame that we chose to put on it. I thought that was real pretty. This is just, I don't have any information on this, and it was somebody that let me borrow theirs a long time ago, but I thought it was so pretty. But this is the one I've said that after I started watching FlossTube, and then after I started doing this, and seeing all of y'all's with the model fabrics and dyed and everything, I thought, yeah, I can see things like this and several other things I did that would just give it a little boost, a little depth with something lightly modeled, just a little depth in the color and everything. But I'm happy with it. I still think it's pretty, but I can really see where it makes a difference. And so yesterday, Dixie Darling and I had another little talk. So I'd ordered some over-dyed floss that I want to use on something, and then I ordered a couple of pieces of material. Well, fabric. Not sure what I'm not remembering too sure what I ordered, but it'll be a little bit different maybe. So I'm anxious to see what I did now that I think about it. Pretty stupid, isn't it? When I showed you the flag that I finally found, in the same magazine is this. It's called Border Study in Red. And this is another thing I like because it's a band sampler and it's all the same color, and red is something I'm very drawn to. I like red. So I've done a couple of these. That one, that Border Study, and then that was in the magazine, and then this is one that I bought. No, I should have looked. I hope I'm not showing you the same thing all over again. Anyway, this is and this one I did I started and finished not long after my husband had his first stroke in 2002. And he was in the hospital for a while, of course, and then we had a lot of therapy and stuff afterwards, and doctor's appointments and everything. So I thought that would be a good thing to do. So I got that out, and I would do just a little bit on the row, at the beginning, and then I could work on it from there in the offices and everything. I took everything with me, but it was fairly easy to do while I was sitting there, because oops, that's upside down. Yeah. I use same frame on this, and okay, sorry, I was looking for something. Don't know what I did with it. This is 28 count Lugana. Not my favorite thing to stitch on. And then the last thing I want to show you, there was somebody that showed this not too long ago. I won't say because I'm not for sure, but I think I know. But anyway, it's out of this Cross Stitch and Country Craft, July, August 92. And it's this picture. And I'm just doing the picture part of it here. I decided not to do the whole thing. I have somebody in mind for this, and I'm not sure. Anyway, I like the whole thing, but this is turning out really nice too, and I'll show you. Take it off my hoop real quick. Yeah, as you can see, there's just a ton of it done already. But I think it's going to be neat when it's done. And I did leave some extra fabric. So, okay. I'm going to take just a minute and hope it will work out all right. Just to tell you a quick, another little story. My husband has been wanting me to share this since I told you about the pigs. We, and this is about a bull. We had, over the years, we had several different bulls, and they were always nice bulls, you know. But we had one that was the Santa Gertrudis bull, and he was beautiful, beautiful red, big. Oh my gosh, he was huge. He could stand up to the pickup truck, come right up to it and stand up and look over his whole head, part of his neck. He was so big. Now, he had a habit of getting out of the fence wherever he wanted to, as long as nobody else but me was home. He decided that was the best time for him to get out, and he did. And I had to put him back in a few times, and I really was a little bit leery of him because he was huge, and I'm not barely 5'2". So you go out there, you know, but you get me mad enough, you get out of the fence too often, and I'm not going to be too upset about being worried about you doing anything, because I didn't have much sense if I got that upset. I usually got him back in all right, but my husband, he was such a joker, and he loved to just get people in the right spot and things. Well, he trained this bull, so if anybody came up that didn't know the bull or didn't know much about being on the farm or anything, Papa would take him for a ride down, because that was the big thing. If anybody came, you have to go see the cows and the bull and whatever else was down there, you know, you got to go see it. So he'd take them all for a ride. They'd get in a truck, and he'd pull down in the field. And of course, he'd pull down, like, you know, if the bull was up at this end of the field, he'd pull down there. And he always had something to feed him, corn or something. And that bull, as soon as he saw the truck, he'd come running to the truck, to the passenger side. And he'd just reach over with that ear of corn, you know, and try to draw it in. And oh, I felt so bad for people. I knew what was coming. He just loved it. He thought it was the funniest thing in the world. The closer that bull got to the truck, the closer those people got to Pop on the other side of the truck. And here come this bull, and he'd try to stick his head in the window, and of course he couldn't get it all in there. But it's a wonder they didn't punch him out after a while, because that's cruel to play on people when they're not used to that sort of thing. But he's always thought things like that were funny. He said, you got to tell him about the bull. I don't know about him. But anyway, it's good stories. Have fun. So I hope everybody is really getting some stitching done. School's gone back. At least it has here and a few other places. And Not that we had anybody coming and going anymore, because I don't need to pick up and take up to school or pick them up and come back home or anything anymore, and I kind of miss that. But you know, our time is long past. And I got to thinking. Well, I remembered this anyway, that our youngest granddaughter graduates this year, and she's the last grandchild also. So she's the sixth one, fifth granddaughter, sixth grandchild, last one to graduate, and this will really make a person feel old. Our oldest great grand is a grandson. He is 13. So when you think about how quick time goes by, we will have our first great grandchild graduate in a few years. I just can't get over that. I just don't think I'm old enough for that. I don't know where all these kids came from and got so old. I guess a good thing to think like that, isn't it? Until you get up and try to move or something. But anyway, life is fun most of the time. But I love y'all, and I've missed you this week. Thought about all of y'all. Hope everybody is doing real well. We're doing as good as can be, and it's just how it is and what it is, and we're thankful, and I just love y'all and miss you when I don't see you and talk to you. But I certainly do enjoy the comments that we can do back and forth with each other. I don't feel quite as out of things, and separated, and makes me feel good. So y'all have fun, and I'll talk to you later. Don't know when, but I'll be back one day. Bye, y'all. Now, I've been practicing this that I got. There it goes. Okay.